by that one. And two, I didn't even know, I mean, at that point, I didn't know if she actually said that to you guys, and I don't even know if she did. And she told you, did you talk to her about that personally?
Yeah, I talked to her about that, but I can't remember the whole gist of the conversation. But I remember it was about a call in the middle of the night that hurt.
It's not in the middle of the night. It was not in the middle of the night. Okay?
Well, you were in Germany, so it's probably not in the middle of the night in Germany. It wasn't in the middle of the night in Germany and late here.
It was at night in Germany. It was earlier here. Okay? It was before 10 p.m. here. Okay? I even got the phone records. Okay?
And her daughter got the call or something.
She doesn't have a daughter.
Who'd she talk to? It wasn't her initially, was it? I haven't looked into this in a long time, so I'm...
She has 2 sons.
Okay.
Okay? But that doesn't matter, okay? For all I know, she was on drugs or something, okay, when I talked to her, and she grossly misinterpreted what I said. I talked to her for a couple minutes, and before I went to Europe, okay, I was talking to her about doing another project, okay, and also applying for this organic Genesis fellowship and trying to figure out a way to get my PhD. Okay, I was working for General Motors, and I wanted to get back into biotech stuff, and I was talking to her and Dickerson about doing some stuff, and I was done with the hydrocephalus thing, and I was more interested in a new project involving glaucoma. Okay, glaucoma and hydrocephalus are similar in some ways. Okay, they both involve pressure, fluid pressure. Instead of fluid pressure in the brain, glaucoma is fluid pressure in the eye. Okay, and my family has a history of glaucoma too. Okay, my grandmother had it, and my mother's got it. Kerrigan has it too. And it's easier to solve that problem than it is to deal with hydrocephalus. It's a lot more simpler. But in any case, yeah, I started talking to O'Shea, and I needed a cell biologist to work on the project. Okay, I needed help, and you can't do this stuff by yourself. Okay, you need a university to help you. And in any case, I don't even know what happened. All I knew is the next thing, the police were looking for me. And I felt like I was being harassed, and so I quit my job. I went to Europe for a couple of weeks, and I still thought I had a relationship with Sue. Okay, I did not know that was going on, and so I was like, trying to. Another thing is, like, when I was in Europe, I went to Sweden. Okay, and when I was, in '93, this Swedish woman came to work with me. Her name's Suzanne Nielsen. Okay, she got her degree from the Royal Institute of Technology in Stockholm, and I was going to visit her too. So a lot of this stuff was coming up in my head, where I was dealing with the university stuff in Europe. Okay, and thinking about it. Okay, and immediately after I got back from Europe, I got arrested. That's when I first met you. You arrested me. Okay, that was right after I got back from Europe. But if she indeed told you that I made anything approaching a threat, okay, it's absurd. And frankly, I didn't. I did not. All I said was, she said she didn't want to talk to me. I said, fine. I said, I sent you a postcard, and I had sent her a postcard in the mail. I sent lots of people postcards in the mail. I mean, Kerrigan got probably 3 or 4. Dickinson got a couple. I sent a lot of people postcards. That's normal. Okay, whenever I traveled, I'd always send postcards back to the university. I've still got them at home, some of them, if you want to see them. I didn't. It doesn't make any sense. What, I'm going to send a bomb from Germany? I mean,
Excuse me. Okay. You gonna run it, or?
Yeah, Brent's gonna take it over. I have a companion.
Where's the mail bomb? I don't. Did you find a mail bomb?
Well, on those kind of things, John. Not just sending the mail bomb. But the threat of it, whether it's actual or perceived.
If I call you up and say, hey Paul, what's going on? You say, John, I don't want to talk to you. I can't talk to you. I'm like, okay, well, whatever. I sent you a letter. See you. Okay, that's what this was like. Okay, this is not a confrontational sort of deal.
I understand what you're saying.
Okay, I got the message that she didn't want to talk to me for personal reasons. I said, fine. For information, I sent you a postcard. Forget about it. Okay? Now, however, how that got interpreted to be a mail-bound threat is beyond me. Okay? If you want to say she's scared of me, fine. I don't care. It's not my fault. Okay? I haven't done anything to anybody. Okay? I'm not a violent person. Okay? If I was a violent person, you would have known it by now. Okay? After all this crap. And I think that was it. I don't think I've had any contact, really, with O'Shea directly. I mean, on the other hand, I would like O'Shea and Martin to admit and confess to what they've done. Okay? And to help me prosecute Nowak and Martin. Okay? And I'd like you to extract confessions from them.
So specifically, what Dr. Martin, or David Martin, the allegation against him...
I don't care about the allegation against him.
Well,
okay, he's
you
small
want him
fry.
to confess to something. He's got.
Yeah, I want him to confess that Sharphorn and Nowak, told him to cover up and helped him cover up, and that there was a conspiracy to cover up the fraud. Okay,
And the fraud was that chapter.
No, that's just tip of the iceberg. The fraud was $750,000 of federal monies. Okay, and that's not the only thing. Okay, that's just one of the things. Okay, this happens all the time. Okay?
Now, let me ask you a question with that $750,000. Did you report what you're saying, the misuse of that to the ORI?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, and the Department of Justice. Okay?
And what did ORI say?
We don't care.
No, I want to know what they...
No, that's what they said. They said, we don't care. They said, we don't care about that. They don't. Okay, it happens all the time. They are just part... I mean, this sounds strange. Okay, trust me, I did not understand how this stuff works. Okay, but there is an extensive fraud in science. Look, Paul, what does the university spend in the hospital doing research every year? What are we talking about? $500,000 research, or $500 million of research every year?
I would imagine it's extensive.
$500 million. Where's the money going, Paul? Do you have any freaking idea? Does anybody have any idea? No. Can you go up there and say, geez, this money is being used appropriately, or it's not being used appropriately? No. You can't just go there and look at it. Okay? The thing is that because nobody understands what they're doing, okay, it's all being done, covertly, effectively. That means there's fraud. Okay, unless it's policed, okay, effectively, okay, and the university is supposed to police itself. That's what this academic misconduct policy is about. There's fraud. Okay, and that's the deal. This is a new law. Okay, we're talking 1991 or so. Okay, John Dingell was responsible for getting this law passed, and the university has not changed its ways. Okay, the university is like a big train or something. Okay, university, it's not a Porsche, and business as usual for the university has been stealing other people's work, specifically young people working for you like me, okay, or whatever, stealing people's work, putting other people's names on it, okay, and then denying anything's wrong. Okay, and it used to be basically legal. It used to be more or less legal until 1990 to do it that way. Okay, then this new law came about, and since that, it's been fraud. Where the university has been forced to sign a document, okay, send it to the ORI, okay, saying that we don't do that anymore, everything's clean here, and then the ORI rubber stamps it. Okay, puts it on the pile. Okay, that's what happens. Okay, the only time the ORI actually does anything useful is if the university actually wants to get rid of somebody and they got a good reason. Okay, I've been studying this stuff for years. This is the only time it happens. Let's say the university wants to actually.
Well, you know, where we're going at, I only got a couple minutes because I've got some things to do here, John. But I mean, we can meet again later. But
fine.
You know, the fraud aspect, I know you're still concerned with. And
concerned
that you want David Martin to say he misused the money. But
no. What I want to do is I want to get Martin in here on videotape, and I want to squeeze him, okay, or you to do it, or I want to be there because I don't think you know how to do it, okay. He's going to break down and spill the beans, okay, and that's the inquiry.
Well,
and if you're not going to do that, then I want somebody else to do it because the university has to do that under the law. And I shouldn't have to sue to get that. Okay? I will sue. I'm going to sue. Okay? Believe me. Okay? It's not just me anymore either. Okay? I'm going to file, like I said, another False Claims Act on this stuff. Okay? And I'm going to get the FBI down here and God knows who else. Okay? But what you're supposed to do is either you conduct this inquiry and you drag in Martin and O'Shea. You know, there's the allegation. There's my allegation. And I'm going to give you another allegation. I produced this document on February 1st, 1999. As soon as the university got this, okay, they did, okay, I served it on them. Okay, their attorneys got it too. Okay, as soon as I got this document, they were supposed to conduct an inquiry. They can't just go into court and say, hey, this is a bunch of baseless nonsense. No. Under the law, they have to say, geez, is this true or not? They have to conduct an inquiry. A fair inquiry. They have to conduct an inquiry, and somebody has to do it who has no conflict of interest. Didn't happen. Did not happen.
So this is what you want me to look at?
Black and white. Where is the inquiry? When did the university decide? When did the university conduct an inquiry into this?
Did you forward any of these allegations to ORI?
Yeah, they got all of it.
Okay.
Yeah, the ORI is a fraud. I'm telling you, ORI is a joke. I'm probably going to sue them when I get done with the university. That's going to be my next step. Once I get done cleaning up Ann Arbor, I'm going to go clean up Rockville. Okay? And I don't want you to get confused either. I spent the last 2 years, okay, studying software. Okay? And I have finished my whatever software education. Okay? And the amount of money that I'm going to put into this is going to be ridiculous. Okay? I'm going to hire every freaking attorney in town. Okay? I'm going to have private investigators following these people around if I have to. Okay? You want to talk about, people being afraid. Okay? How do you think Dave Martin's going to feel when I have a private investigator on him 24/7?
I'll stay within the law.
Yeah, I do. Okay, as long as everybody else does, and so far that hasn't been an issue, except for you guys violate my civil rights, but I'll tolerate it. It's not the same thing as, violence or something. If I felt physically threatened by the DPS people here, this would be a different story. I don't. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I'm going to stay up in the law, sure.
Okay. No, that's important.
But it's also important that you guys do your job. Okay? And what are you going to do now with this?
Well, one of the first things I'll do is read this.
You're going to read that thing?
Well, that's why you gave it to me, isn't it?
Not really, no.
What did you give it to me for?
Paul, all you have to do is you have to go, you take this document, you say, okay, John Anderson has given me an allegation. The allegation is the university didn't respond to this properly. Specifically, the university was required to conduct an inquiry into this. Okay, as soon as the university got this in 1999, I think it was Neidhart should have appointed an inquiry.
So your understanding is that
there was no inquiry.
Well, no, that this was meant not just to be a civil complaint in court, but
it doesn't matter. As soon as the university has reason to believe, that an allegation of misconduct is raised. Okay, that's a mother one. Okay,